Your constitutional rights, like the Bill of Rights, which includes the First Amendment freedom of speech, primarily protects you from the government, not against individual people or private entities. The U.S. Constitution limits the government's power. It is not meant to regulate private behavior in between people or in between businesses that have nothing to do with the government. I'll give you an example. If you make a public post online saying, fuck the government, a cop cannot show up at your door and arrest you for saying that. That is a violation of your First Amendment freedom of speech. As an employer, I'm a private entity. I have nothing to do with the government. So if my wonderful law clerk says, fuck Paige Sparks online on a public post, I could fire her for that and there's nothing she could do. There are, of course, some exceptions, like if a private entity is acting on behalf of the government, or if you are a municipal employee and technically you have a government entity employer. But in general, you only have the freedom of speech protected against the government, not other people. I have actually sued the government before for violations of freedom of speech. Speech does not have to be just spoken to be protected. Actions can be considered speech too, like burning the flag, or if you flash your lights to warn other people of a cop sitting on the side of the road, that is also protected speech. Comment to let me know what other questions you have about the law. All right. See people saying this incorrectly online, now you know.
There you go. Thank you, Lawyer Paige. And that's Lawyer Paige at her TikTok page if you want more on her. So there you go. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to hear your opinions. We'd love to hear from you if you've lost your job. And your voice can be heard right here on the broadcast. We broadcast every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, a little town we like to call Marshville. And the way you get your voice in is, if you're watching this here on the video, go to Prophet Radio, PROPHET radio.com. At the very top of the page says, Be Heard. Opens up a microphone on your device. You can speak right into it. You can be anonymous if you want. It does want an email address, but that's just to make sure you are not a robot and you are an actual person. And you can speak right into it. You can be anonymous, put whatever name you want in there. Comes right to our inbox, and we'll play it on the very next podcast. All right, guys, we got a lot to talk about and a lot to get into. And what happens when a sheriff's officer turns pimp? This is a very interesting story, and it happened in my home state of Florida. Go figure, right? So we'll dive into that when we come back. So you're listening to Deacon Live. Stick around. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Like I said, we'd love to hear from you, and the way you can be part of the show, you can be podcast famous, is go over to prophetradio.com. At the very top of the page says, Be Heard. Don't be shy. We'd love to hear from you. We know you're out there. I know there's a lot of people that watch all of our TikTok videos. They watch all of our little short videos over on YouTube. And a lot of people over there are making comments and stuff.